Alright, what's up? What's going on, guys? CaptainMonk here. Today's game playing some Wukong in the jungle in the preseason for Season 6. So this will be the first gameplay I've actually ever done in the preseason, except for I guess the Graves gameplay, but that was on the PvE, and we know how wild the PvE can be, so let's pretend that didn't happen. This is actually the first video for the preseason of Season 6, and I guess you can kind of say it's the first video for Season 6 as well, but that's not entirely true. But let's go ahead here and head over to the Krugs. Let's see if Balian wants them. Want Krugs? I'm assuming they do, because it would be very beneficial for them, and there's very little, I guess, reason not to, but if they decide not to, I would like to know, because that way I can set myself up to be ready for it. But we're doing some Wukong here today, guys, because, of course, I mean, I did a Wukong game in the summer, at least in the jungle. Last one was a little bit more recently in the top lane, but I kind of figured, considering all the changes there are and how overwhelming it is, I kind of figured I would just, kind of dip my toe in the deep end, not the deep end, the shallow end of the pool that makes sense of all the changes with the jungle, with Wukong and Warwick's being crazy and just kind of walking over here. Can we get this cleared? Alright, well, Jason hit it, and Leona wasn't there in time, unfortunately, so he is going to get that ward down. I'm not concerned, though. I don't think they're going to invade us by any means. Let's go ahead and get a scatter E here. But one thing you should know right off the bat is minions spawn 115 instead of 130, and jungle monsters spawn at 140. So let's go ahead and just smite that over the wall, helping him out, and go ahead and do this. So while we're just, hitting up the red buff here and splitting, I guess not really splitting it, but letting Jace tank it for us, I should mention the Hunter's Machete doesn't build directly into the new item anymore. Or not the new item, sorry, the jungle item. Instead, it builds into something, or it builds with something else that then combined with that something else makes the jungle items. So, the Stalker's Blade, the Skirmisher Saber, and the Tracker's Knife. Instead of the Poacher's Knife, they replaced that item and made it the Poacher's Knife. Or not the Poacher's Knife, sorry, the Tracker's Knife. I'm getting all these names confused. And I'm trying to help out Jace without taking the little ones, which is kind of tricky. There we go, got it. Alright, and I think, yeah, he's going to go back with 3 little HP, but the thing is the double jungling now, 5 HP, I know it's crazy, right? But one thing the double jungling have to keep in mind now is, I don't know exactly what they changed specifically, but they make it so that he's very close to level 2, but not quite. So he's going to hit the lane here, he's going to TP up, and he's going to be, like, basically level 2 from 1 minion or so. It's not going to be a big thing, but something to keep in mind. But yeah, what I was kind of saying though with the jungle items earlier is essentially Hunter's Machete is the way to go with most junglers as your starting item, but some junglers who have mana problems can actually roll with the other one, which gives you extra mana regen and some extra HP when you're in the jungle camps, because that could be very beneficial for some of them, of course. So something to keep in mind. But once you combine the two though, the Hunters are, I think it's called the Hunter's Talisman, I think it's called? I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to smite it early here just some mana back. Of course the Cloyne helps me do this without taking as much damage. You combine that with the Hunter's Machete and you get your jungle items, whereas before you just build the Hunter's Machete and then your jungle item, and it was just kind of extra gold really is all it took. Didn't take an extra item or anything like that. So look at top lane here. Jace is really low. Trimir's not. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do to help this guy. I want to help him, but yeah, he's pretty damn low, so it's going to be kind of tricky. Yeah, I don't think I can help. Yeah, like this is not really going to work, because if I just go in there, I'm going to lose the 1v1 with Tryndamere, because he's way stronger than me right now. Extra stats, the extra crit from his passive and all that, because he's got that full rage bar, not to mention extra minions, all that together. I can't 1v1 him, and Jace is just was too low. I think he's getting a bit healthier, but he was too low to really help me out. So I'm going to take the Skull Crab here just to control the area, get some extra gold and all that, and I think now I can take the Tryndamere. Well, let's see if we can do it this time. Jace gets some HP back. We might be able to get some damage on this guy. Let's see here. So I'm just going to walk on in here. Tryndamere's probably going to use his E to get out, so just going to do as much damage as we can here. There's the E, so let's go ahead and dash onto where he spanned to. Alright, did some damage. And damn, that's a lot of damage. And Jace might be able to kill this guy. Oh, hold on. The tire shot? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's fine. We got an assist, but unfortunately Tryndamere gets the first blood. But damn, that was close. But the fact that Jace got that behind and that in HP and minions and all that early, that's really bad. I don't think he should be letting that happen. Now, I'm pretty sure Tryndamere has got his teleport, so pushing it to his turret isn't exactly the best idea, but the thing is, if I don't, it's going to slow push and be just as bad, so it's better to get myself ahead than no one ahead, I guess. Which is pretty much what will happen if I don't do this. But Tryndamere is actually taking the wave right away, so I guess it won't be as bad for Jace as it could have been. One other thing I want to mention here is you'll notice you have the Refillable Potion. It's basically like a miniature flask, so it refills when you go back to base. That's why it's called the Refillable Potion, of course. It kind of goes with its name. However, something to keep in mind with it is it costs the amount that 2 potions cost. Or no, sorry, it costs the amount that 3 potions cost, but it only gives you 2. But it does refill, making it worthwhile. So something to keep in mind with that. It also upgrades into the Hunter's Potion, which is amazing. It basically turns to a flask that has 5 charges and refills when you kill a large monster. So very, very good stuff there to keep in mind. Looking like Jace is fighting Tryndamere again, and yeah, he's going to go down there. He's down 2 levels, and this is the kind of thing that happens when you unfortunately get left behind in XP, and to add on to that, you get left behind in levels right off the bat, because unfortunately he went to lane, and I mean, from what I saw, I think he missed some minions, which I guess the double jungling should have helped with, maybe not as much. But yeah, he was just down from right off the bat, so it's kind of tough to help him out in that scenario. So let's go back here. Let's finish up our jungle item. I think the Stalker's Blade is probably the best for Wukong, but I'm going to go with the Tracker's Knife to kind of show off how that works a little bit. And because we have that, don't need the wards anymore, so let's go and get the Sweeping Lens. And I think we'll also get a Longsword here and boots for the mobility. And that should be all we need. And at some point here, we will upgrade into the Hunter's Potion, because like I said, the Hunter's Potion does provide you with basically a flask that has 5 stacks. And it won't go any higher than 5, but if you have 4 and you kill a large monster, you get 5 again. If you have 3 and you kill a large monster, you get 4. It only adds 1, but it still is very, very effective and really good. So I do recommend you guys look into that item quite a lot. Let's go ahead and just do the Krugs here. I might need to smite them, but I mean, I don't even know if I have my smite in time, but it's looking like it's not too bad. One thing I do want to mention that is a pretty big change is all of the jungle items, once you get to this point, the Tracker's Knife, the Skirmishes Saber, Stalker's Blade, all that stuff, once you get to that point, it's not a whole lot different, but it's a bit different. And one of the major differences is that you have lifesteal now. So it doesn't really change tanks or mages that much. And Graves just dash. This is a kill. This is such a kill right here. So let's go ahead and spot my ult here and just focus the Graves. I want to hit Annie as well, but I really want to kill Graves more than anything in the world. And I can't see anything just yet, but E's coming up. There we go. The auto attack with my E's being enough damage. And Annie's going to flash. There's a nice amount of damage coming on to her, but not enough to take her out. But that's still really good for us. Managed to take out the Graves. And I think I'm going to prop a ward on top of... Hold on. Okay, one thing I should mention here right away is you see that little red thing right there? That is letting you know that they used to have a ward there. It means that a ward was there and it died. Something to keep in mind is if you ever see that, that's what that means. So it lets you know the warding habits of your opponent. It looks like their jungler did take their blue buff already. If not, it just hasn't respawned yet, but I'm pretty sure Warwick by now should have taken his blue buff. So I'm going to head over to my red and clear that up for myself. So yeah, the extra lifesteal is not going to help mages all that much, not going to help tanks all that much either. And it looks like it's actually just spawned now, so I might be able to go over there and catch out Warwick doing his red, but we'll find out. Or his blue, I should say. But when you're playing a champion like Wukong or Rengar, Kha'Zix, Lee Sin, anybody who builds a decent amount of damage and can benefit from the lifesteal percentage is going to have a great time in Season 6, I think. Because as you saw there, we had that extra lifesteal on hit, 10% versus monsters. It's only versus monsters, though. Keep that in mind. And how strong is this? I don't have CC, so it'll be kind of tough to take. Okay, Warwick just smited his blues. Or his wolves. His blues. His wolves. We can see that jungle thing in there. Yeah, so it's not going to let me go into his jungle without it moving around. So I'm thinking at some point here, Warwick's going to go over to his blue and try and take it. If I try to, of course, Warwick's going to see that because of his spear thing. So here we go. He's level 5. I might be able to steal his blue, but I got to make sure I get over there and time it correctly. He's killing the little ones first, so it gives me some extra time. So let's go ahead and do these. There we go. Not C. Watch him take the blue. He has level 6. There's a bit of a risk here, but I think we can do this. I think we can be a sneaky devil. The plan here is to pop my E and to secure it with my smite. The spirit thing sees me, but I have a ward there. I don't think he knows that. Thank you, sir. All right, and I'll be on my way. Thank you. The thing is here is, yes, I could probably kill Warwick, but we got to keep in mind is I don't know where Talon is, and Talon could probably kill me too. So I'll just be a sneaky devil, take his stuff, leave with a smile on my face, being BM as hell. Now, I know I've kind of left Jace on an island, but I think one thing that's kind of important to recognize in a league match is while Jace, I could probably help him. I could. My body's much more effective other places. It's a weird way to say it. Makes it sound super weird. But essentially, I mean, I'm putting down Warwick right now. I snowballed bot lane a little bit. I haven't done anything mid, but I've basically been preventing Talon from doing anything because I haven't shown where I am all that much, and I've been around mid in case anything does happen. So I've kind of set up mid for success. So yeah, I've kind of put Jace in a corner and said, you know, sorry, I'm not going to help you. But if I was to go up there, I think I'd just be helping Tryndamere more than anything because I'd be giving him double kills. So by going other places is probably a good choice, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and do the blue buff here. I don't think our Casson needs it. I mean, maybe he does, but I mean, he's got most of his mana, and I really want the XP from this, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. Although, maybe giving it to him is the better way to go. Not really sure. But frankly, I don't really care that much about the difference in the two. Now, Talon's actually gone top here. Not sure why. That's kind of weird. Here's the Rift Herald, though. The Rift Herald, by the way, in my humble opinion, I'm not very familiar with it just yet, but as far as I know, it's basically like a one-man Baron buff, but the Baron buff itself is stronger per person. So if you have a Baron buff when you're 5 members, each one of those is obviously stronger individually than the Rift Herald, but it's like a mini Baron buff. It kind of helps. It makes a difference, but it's not a huge difference. It's definitely good, but it's not like a Baron buff. Because even if you have Baron and 4 of your teammates die and you're the only one with it, the Baron buff is still better than that one person than a Rift Herald buff, if that makes sense. So keep that in mind. Not to mention, the thing does hurt quite a bit. It's pretty tough to take. The situation in which I think you could take it is if you could, I don't know, have pressure mid or top, whatever like that, and to the point where you and your top laner or you and your mid laner could go and actually take it out. Otherwise, it's kind of risky because if they show up and steal it from you, you're put really far down. I'm going to get the Hunter's Potion here as well. And I think I'll get the Pink Ward here as well. There we go. Pink Wards actually cost 25 less gold, so that's pretty awesome. Another thing to mention here is I finished up the Warrior enchant. Center Hulk's pretty good, but I like the Warrior now because it gives you more AD than it used to. Not to mention it also provides you with a boost. Actually, no, it doesn't provide you a boost in armor pen anymore. It's just cooldown reduction, but still. Extra damage compared to what it used to be, and it also gives you some extra cooldown reduction, which I guess it always had, but still, I like it a lot better than I like Cinder Hulk. I used to like Cinder Hulk more on Wukong, but not so much anymore. Now I'm setting bot lane here to clip the wave because there's a lot of minions here. I'll clone because I expect to take some damage, and yep, I was right. Good prediction by me. Go and clear that out, and there we go. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do here is I'm actually take out the Krugs just while I waste time for my bot lane to show up, and once my bot lane shows up, I can help them out taking this on. So you can see here, the Hunter's Potion, right when I kill this, boom, 5. That's kind of how it works. And it gives you basically like a flask effect, so extra HP and mana regen, so it's pretty damn good. I'm going to go ahead and sweep this here before Andy notices me. It's a cool little trick. You can sweep over the wall. And let's see if we can get a gank off. I don't think I can. I think they know I'm here, but no, I know him for sure. Oh, hold on. Can I get my ult off? No, I was stunned for too long. But Leona's going in. What's my ult off here? Doing the damages. We got into Graves. Leona's tanking, so I think we can do this. Boom, there it is. Great job by Leona, taking the initiative to tank the turret, and now it's going to take that last turret shot, so great job on my team. Cassin also getting the solo kill onto Talon. Let's do Dragon. I think we have the pressure to do so. I'm going to get my pink ward down, just make sure they don't know. And you can see, I placed a ward earlier on Dragon, so you can kind of see the same thing goes on for the other team. They can see exactly where I placed a ward. Really cool, unique idea that you introduced in Season 6. I like it quite a lot. I think it's awesome. And let's go and take out the Dragon here. We have our smite pretty... Well, we have it. I was going to say we have the second one pretty soon, but... we do actually have our smite right away. So there we go. Smite that. And I should probably go back immediately, actually, but... I kind of don't want to, but I know I should. So, looking at top lane. Jace did die again when we weren't around, as you saw. But he still managed to... pretty much... I mean, he hasn't kept up in CS, but he's not doing that bad that he's going to be a problem for us. He's still going to be a relevant member, and that's all I ask of him, and that's awesome. So, in my mind, he's doing amazing, because Trinimir is really he's quite a lane bully, not to mention the crit mastery he's running. You can see here the Warlord's Bloodlust. It's a really strong mastery. It's probably going to get nerfed. So, if you have any crit in your build, definitely go with that. Wukong, I don't really build crit on him. That's why I'm going with the Deathfire Touch instead. It's a bit more burst. And wow, Warwick's top. Man, they really don't like Jace. Poor guy. He's doing a great job, though, in all seriousness. He's surviving the 2v1 right now. He's managed to survive against the Trinimir. Although I do think that this wouldn't have been such a problem if he didn't take so much damage early on. We don't have before I ganked, but still, he's doing a great job recovering, and that's what matters a lot of the time. So let's go ahead and take this out. And it's looking like I might be able to gank mid here, actually. I'm coming in. I think we can do this. My ultimate's up in 5 or so seconds here. I'm going to sweep this. There's nothing here. Good. I'm going to ward the wall a little bit. Make sure no one's there. Alright, let's go. Let's see what we can do. The slow's coming on Talon. I'm pretty sure Talon's going to ult here to try and escape. But we haven't seen it come out yet. But Cassie could chase him all day long. He still has plenty of stacks on his ult. We can do this. Oh, we can do this. Cassie, don't be scared. Like, yeah, they have some people here, but we are strong enough to do this. Trinimir didn't ult. Alright, that's good. There's the kill onto Warwick. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, there we go. I was trying to let him have it, but he didn't take it. And we can do this. Let's show off the Rift Herald a little bit here. So yeah, we do a decent amount of damage to it. And so does Caston. It's kind of weird though, because our damage seems to be really inconsistent. Not really sure how that works. But I'm going to take this myself. Just so, oh, hold on. What the heck? How did he get it? He did so much damage all of a sudden. He did like 900 damage. Alright, I don't understand it. I'll have to do some research onto why it is that it takes randomly a shit ton of damage, but other times it doesn't take damage at all. But he's going to get that one for himself. But essentially, I'm going to hover on him and see what the buff gives him. Okay, so he has increased damage and movement speed, and nearby allies have increased attack speed. So, not bad. Is that nearby allies or nearby minions? Nearby minions. And empowered recall. So yeah, pretty damn good. It's not quite as good as a Baron buff by any means, but still pretty damn good. So, can't complain too much. Let's go and take the blue buff here for ourselves. We're quite low on mana, and Caston, I think he'll be fine. He's already got the Baron buff and a Rod of Ages, so he should be all set. So let's go and take this for ourselves. And boom, there we go. And we'll go back, I think. Yeah, we'll go back. Cool. And yeah, this lets you know the respawn time of the Rift Herald, and this is for Baron, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So it's kind of cool. I'm not exactly sure how it all works, if Baron spawns and Rift Herald is like if it like leaves or something like that. I'm not really sure, but oh well. For our next item though, I'm thinking going with the Black Cleaver is really good. I'm not entirely sure though, because of course there are a lot of different item changes. And one thing to keep in mind with the Season 6 changes that is huge and very important to keep in mind is yes, oh hold on, Jace is TPing and he is going to get out, nice. They did increase the price on basically all items. There's some that got left the same, but majority of items got increased in price. However, to make up for this, they made it so the gold right here, the amount that you get for doing jack shit, has increased. And the reason I'm going top here, of course, is because Treamer's pushing and I don't really want to lose his turret, so I'll go ahead and fight him a little bit. He's got the turret right there, so he can't fight me. But he can proxy all he wants. I'll just take the minions that are going to hit the turret, because someone's got to. That way Treamer can't push. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, is items cost more, but you get more gold for doing nothing. So it all kind of cancels out to being around the same time period that you should get the items, I think. I think that was the purpose behind it, but it kind of lets you do nothing easier. And I'll make sure I get that. I almost missed my smite on it. Actually, I did miss my smite, but I'll just wait it out. I was pretty sure he's going to spin there, but he didn't, so I flashed. Alright. Yeah, that was a bit of a panic flash. I was thinking that he was going to spin on me there, and I was going to die, so I flashed, expecting that. He did not, in fact, so yay me. But I should get some lifesteal off of my jungle item so I can take this out and get my HP back. So that's good. Not to mention I have my Hunter's Potions all ticking, so go ahead and pop all those. Alright, so not a bad start for us. Yeah, Jace got put down a little bit there, but Cassin's huge, 7-0. That is insane. And bot lane's not doing too bad. I mean, they're not winning by any means, but they're not, like, out of the game by any means. They're not completely, like, you know, because that happens sometimes when you lose so hard that you're out of the game. That they're not out of the game. They can still be very relevant. Leona's pretty damn strong. MF's still MF, and MF's very, very good with the rework, so I do think they will be relevant. So I'll just go ahead here and keep farming, try to get my HP back. And once I have that all gone, there we go. And hello, Warwick. What's up, man? Alright, yeah, I was thinking that Graves was going to be there. And hello. Let's just pop my ult here and try and get out. I am going to die here, but we are going to kill Warwick. They just kind of caught us there, unfortunately. Cassin should be able to get out. In fact, he might just turn on the Talon here. He will. Great job. Is the Ignite going to take him out? I don't think it will. Yeah, that's so worth it. Talon went way too ham there. But yeah, they used a lot on me there. See, I made a big mistake there. I was expecting Warwick just to be alone and not have backup. So I was thinking, okay, I'll always get this ward down to check. And if he's, you know, got friends, then I should be able to get out. If not, do a lot of damage. And if he doesn't, then, you know, free ward. So let's go ahead here, actually, and pick up the Black Cleaver because I can't afford it now. That'll be awesome for us. Extra HP, extra damage, extra cooldown reduction. So it's almost going to cap us out. One more item and we'll be capped. And, you know, of course, the Armor Shred. Very good stuff. See, I was thinking, like, right here, if I got the ward down, I could see if their team's there, then we can make an outplay of some sort with my clone. Unfortunately, we got bursted too hard before I got out of Warwick's ult, so that's unfortunate, but they used a lot of resources to take us out, so I'm not too worried. In fact, I'm not worried in the slightest. And it's looking like they should be able to kill the Tryndamere here, and we can probably do Dragon as well, while they're all top. Wait, is Tryndamere going to get out? No, he is not. Very nice. Good job. Pass off the kill to our Jace. So I'm going to see if my team wants to help me with this. I think we could do this without any problems. One thing I have not done yet that I need to do is switch out my trinket, because the sweeping lens, while it is still very good, and hello Talon, while it's still very good, once you level 9, you can basically get the same thing, but what Warwick actually has, you can see him using it, it basically moves wherever he goes with him, so he gets vision of the area, and that's very effective. Nathan Kazuki on the Cassin's can pick up that one as well, so nice job to him. Warwick getting very caught out, kind of like they caught us out earlier. The difference being we didn't use many resources, whereas they used like anti-ult, Graves ult, all that stuff on me, which is kind of funny if you ask me, but that's just my 2 cents. But once we get this, I think we should get some wards into their jungle. Maybe just one, I guess, because I only have the one. But then get pressure on the rest of the map. Mid, we just got the turret, I think. Yes, we did. Nice. I think I may as well take their wolves as well if they're here. Yes, they are. I do have my smite available here in a second, so there we go. Get vision of their jungle. And we might be able to go bottom here and take out the Graves. I'm going to say dive, so Leona knows to dive, because I would prefer if she did versus me. They did have a ward here, so they might have a ward here for all we know. We don't know just yet. Leona, can we get the... Someone just take the turret? There we go. So just take out the Graves here. I should have my E soon enough that we should be able to take him out. There we go, nice. Cass and let us have that one. Just help out with the slow, good stuff. I think he realizes how fed he is. He doesn't really want to take every single kill, so good on you. Let's go and take out the minions here. I'm taking some tower shots, but nothing to worry about just yet. And I think Warwick wanted something here, but he's not going to get nothing. Let's just head over here to the Grump and take that from Warwick as well. Pop the clone so I can block some damage by staying behind the clone. Alright, cool. One change I also want to mention about Wukong they did make in Season 6. They didn't change much about Wukong himself. And hello, Talon. What the heck are you doing here? I'll stand... hold on. No, we're here. Okay. Okay, Mep's going to get him. Nice. Can we kill Warwick here? Got him. Alright. I want to say I saved Jace, but I don't think he thinks so. Kill... oopsies. Secured. Winky face. Alright, we're good. But yeah, essentially, what was I saying? I can't remember. Oh yeah, one of the changes they made for Wukong, because most of them are just indirectly with items and stuff, but one of the changes they made to Wukong that is direct is they made it so that... hold on, Annie's probably going to try and kill me here. Get out. Alright, jump to the Scuttle Crab. Nice. The change they made to Wukong that is direct is they made it so that if you clone and you have buffs, the buffs will actually show on the clone. So you can jungle Wukong now and not have to worry about your clone giving away if you're actually invisible or juking or something like that. So that is awesome. Fucking awesome. I love it. Considering the team's all AD, I'm going to go with the Ninja Tabby this game. May as well. And I think I'm also going to work towards the Yuma's Ghostblade next, because I think the Ghostblade is amazing on Wukong. Not to mention the stats are different on it, so it's even better. Instead of having crit, it has extra damage instead, and it costs a bit more, but I mean everything costs a bit more, so I'm not really worried about that all that much. So yeah, it's freaking good. It's really good. So I do recommend you guys pick up the Yuma's Ghostblade on Wukong. And one item you might be thinking about is, why is he not getting the Ravenous Hydra? It's not like I'm saying don't get the Ravenous Hydra, it's bad. What I am saying is you don't really need it as much because you can sustain so well in the jungle with the Hunter's Potion and any of your jungle items. You just have so much extra sustain from the potions, not to mention the lifesteal, that you just really don't need the lifesteal unless you're in fights with actual champions. And in those cases, most of the time you're fighting champions, you're going to have your ult, and your ult's not going to give you lifesteal at all anyways. So don't get me wrong, it's still a very good item, but I wouldn't prioritize it over other items that might be better, such as the ones I'm getting this game. And Jason's going to steal that one from me. Fine, fine. I did steal your last kill, so can't complain too much. And I think I'll get some wards into our jungle here. Their red might be up. Kill secured. It does go both ways. Now, they're not rotating very fast. We should be able to take out this turret here. Hopefully we can. I'd like that very much. Graves is pushing bot, but we're going to outpush him here. And it looks like there's a bit of a fight in the jungle here. And yeah, I think Caston's got his... I think he's got a handle on that one. What's Shremir doing? Okay, I thought Shremir was like taking Baron or something like that, but it's like, wait, you can't do Baron. You're not that strong. But maybe he is, and I just don't know what I'm talking about. Whatever, we got ourselves the inhibitor turret going down. There we go, taking that out. I haven't seen Tryndamere leave the Baron pit. Is he taking Baron? Okay, we haven't seen an execute. We haven't... hold on. No, hold on. I want to take the wolves. It's possible Tryndamere got out of the Baron pit and we just didn't see, but it's also possible he's still doing Baron. Okay, yeah, he tried to. He couldn't. That's what I kind of figured. Wait, he went with the... really? What's that item called? I can't remember what it's called because I never see that item. Hold on here. What is that? The Gwynsu's Rage Blade. It's actually pretty good on him, I'm pretty sure, because the item got buffed quite a bit, so it's actually like viable, like especially on Jax, for example, and like Kale. And I think there's the third one that I'm missing. Kog'Maw apparently is pretty good with it too. I'm not really sure though. But definitely interesting to say the very least. So let's head back to the jungle here. I think MF's going to take the red, as she should. Our MF's pretty damn strong now. I mean, she may not have the greatest score line, 236, but she is Misfortune on the rework, and I think her farms, that's not too bad. So I think she'll be very strong with that. So let's go ahead and take out this. One thing I do want to mention as well is they removed the Trailblazer, which is an item I'm going to dearly miss. Trailblazer was my favorite jungle item by far, out of the four, of course. Poachers, Skirmishers, Stalkers, and then Trailblazer. Rangers, that is. And we can probably fight up the Tryndamere here, because although he's going to juke us out, we might be able to chase him anyways, because we have Leona CC, but she unfortunately missed the Solar Flare, so that's going to hurt us a little bit. But can we fight him anyways? Yes, we can. He's going to spin, but still free damage. I'll take it. But we need to defend mid now. So let's just go mid here and defend what we can. And if we have a team fight here, I'm actually very strong. Their only strong member really is Tryndamere, so as long as we can deal with him, we can get a lot of damage onto the rest of their team. What is Tryndamere doing? Yeah, take that to the face. And he might have to burn his ult. Ooh, he spammed right as I flashed. I was going for a flash E to hopefully catch him off guard and potentially get rid of his life without him having time to ult. Unfortunately for me, he was quick enough, which kind of sucks. But Graves going a little bit ham. And actually, I'm going to pop my ult here, try and cancel the Warwick ult. Do what we can. We get out. Going to the Graves here. Oh, he blew us out of the water. Damn. Yeah, they had like 4 or 5 there, so we got really outnumbered there. Was Tryndamere even there? I didn't see Tryndamere. Graves was there for sure, though. But yeah, we just got outnumbered on that one. We didn't have Casson, who's a huge member of our team. Jace wasn't there, so it was a 3v4 or 5. I'm not exactly sure how many, though. They're probably going to take Baron, though. I think Jace needs to get over there, if he can. Yeah, they're definitely on Baron. I'm going to pick up Home Guard boots in hopes of getting there. If Jace can stall them, we can possibly get over there to stop the Baron. But it looks like they're already off of it because, yeah, Warwick is all alone doing it for quite a while. So maybe I don't need the Home Guards. But Graves has regen enough to be pretty much full again. That's probably from that crit mastery that most people are running. I think he's running it. Yeah, he's running it. So he gets extra HP back when he crits, depending upon how much damage he does. So yeah, Jace is going to go down. He just gets kited to hell. That's no good. I'm running up top because I'm thinking they might go back on Baron, but it's looking like they aren't. So maybe me running top was the wrong choice. We should have just gone for Dragon or something like that, but that's okay. So we'll take out the Gromp here. Let's head on over to the Wolves and just keep farming here, I think, is the game plan. One thing I do like about the Keystone Masters is you actually can see who's running what based on, you know, tabbing and all that. You can see Warwick's actually not running anything for his Keystone, so that's a big mistake by him. He's missing out hugely. And why did he go Warrior? Warwick's not good with Warrior, in my opinion. I think he's better either with Devour, if not Cinderhawk. Either of those are way better than Devour, or not Devour, sorry, than a Warrior on Warwick. So he doesn't have any 80 skin besides his auto attacks, I think. I think his ultimate is just magic damage scaling, does physical damage, does that make sense? It's kind of weird. It scales with AP, but it does magic damage. Or no, scales with AP, does physical damage. It's weird. Anyways, though, they got the Dragon, and we have a nice flank from Leona, so we might be able to actually take out the Tryndamere here. Do as much damage as we can. He did not actually get time to ult, so that is great for us, because that means we can do Baron. Because the rest of their team is so weak. Without Tryndamere, as long as we have members, we should be fine. I think Casson might be disconnected right now, but regardless, I think we should be okay. I realize Casson's AFK, but I think we did this Baron regardless. Let's go ahead and fight these guys. Can we get onto Graves? We can. Can I clone? No, I could not. And no one else is on Graves. Alright, well, Donut didn't ult, so that's going to hurt us a little bit. I don't really like his attitude right now, I'm going to be brutally honest. Maybe you should. I mean, maybe he's right, but that's just like super passive aggressive. Like, that's not how you have to say it, man. Alright, yeah, that ult's a little bit too late. I mean, it was a 4v4. We took a bit of damage from Baron, not a ton. And they had their strongest member dead. I think we could have fought that and easily won at 4v4. I guess the rest of the team did not feel that way. What can you do? We have our home guards, though, so I do think we could potentially pick off Graves here if he sticks around long enough, if not someone else. He is sticking around a little bit here, so I'm thinking I could give it a try, but no guarantees. And yeah, minions have to aggro me and ruin my day. But we might be able to catch out the Warwick here. Leona kind of got stuck with her pathing, so that's going to hurt us a little bit. And he does actually have the Dead Man's Plate, so he is pretty quick. So I don't think we can actually do this, but they are trying to do the Baron, and he got executed. So that is really, really, really good for us, because I have my ultimate available. I should be able to get in there and actually make things happen. They did pop... Oh, hold on. Could we get rid of Talon? I'll let her clean up the Warwick. I don't really want him to get away, and he did, unfortunately. But we managed to get 2 kills. Indirectly, I guess, because, you know, Tryndamere got executed. But still, still not too bad for us, although they got the Baron. The red's not here. Alright, let me get something out of this. I was hoping to get the red, but I guess I'll just take top turret. I think top turret could have been done even if I took red, but I wanted to get both. That's okay, though. Let's go and pop the E here and get this turret. Clean up the minions. Yeah. In all seriousness, though, looking at that play, I think we would have been fine if we had a really good engage, which unfortunately I couldn't provide. I think Leona might have been able to, but I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't really watching her. I was more paying attention to what, you know, what I'm doing and what I'm capable of and all that. And I really think we could have killed the Graves there a lot more easily if we just put more resources into killing him. And once he was gone, like, he's really the only threat besides the Tryndamere. He's like the second threat. So I think we could have pretty easily won that 4v4 if players played it better, in my opinion. I'm not sure who specifically, but I feel like we could have done that 4v4. Just on paper, looking at it like from an objective point of view, 4v4 when their only strong member there was the Graves, I think is pretty manageable. Now I'm going to try and flank the Graves here. Here we go, this is good. Okay, let's just kill Annie then. Alright, never mind, you know what? That's fine. We still got a lot of damage down, but I need to get out. Talon didn't go after me. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, unfortunately, Jace went down. They used a lot of resources to escape my all-in there, so that's at least something we can use to our advantage, but yeah, we're unfortunately not doing too hot. We need MF to ulti this wave, though. This wave's huge. And hold on. Oh, fucking Annie found me. Get out of here, Annie. Oopsies, upgrade the wrong thing. Shit. I wanted to upgrade my ultimate, but I panicked upgrade my W. And they're taking the first turret here. Come on, guys. We need to take these things out. I'm getting the Yumi's Ghost Blade as soon as I can here. Can we kill the Talon? Can we kill this guy, please? Please, kill them all! Kill them all! Alright, there we go. Oh, I died. And Chunmir's just laughing while he hits the base. Oh, man. Yeah, I think we're going to lose on this one because we had no Cassin, so that sucks. We would have won otherwise, honestly. Cassin was so fed. He's got 13 kills, but he AFK'd. So that really blows for us. So yeah, that's the game here, guys. Hopefully you guys liked it nonetheless. It sucks that we lost our Castin, but, you know, I think it was good I think it was good regardless, so hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to drop that like rating. First game in the preseason, in the Season 6, you guys see some Wukong action, and I do think this was a pretty solid game despite all that. And if you guys have any suggestions of things I could have done differently in the game, of course, as long as you know, can explain it, I'm more than happy to hear some of your feedback, because I'm still learning the new stuff in the preseason, so I might have missed some critical things you guys might have noticed, because of course, when you're learning all this stuff, some of the most obvious things in the world can easily just be, I guess, ignored by mistake, so feel free to let me know. But I do think my mastery setup, if you guys want to check that out, the description is where you find that, is pretty solid for this. Runes, of course, sets up really well with the item build I went with, capping my CDR at 40%. And I think the item build is pretty solid as well, because we didn't really need the lifesteal. So yeah, that's that, guys. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.